And what do you think, if you look back on the last 6 years since you uploaded your first video to now, how do you think you've changed? What do you think your vision for like what you're capable of, what you want to do?
I mean, I think that now, where is in where I sit right now, I think that and this is saying that I think that the amount that I worked and the way I did content every step of the way, I think was, pretty much the way I should have done it. I think that I'm in the lucky position now where my focus is more and more trying to, because I think I came to this realization that basically I've been making videos since I was 2021. And I don't want to get to, and those first 3 years, I was basically locked in a room recording and editing. Same with pretty much every YouTuber I know. And I think it's the past year or two where I've realized I don't want to reach like 30 and be like, hey, what did I do in my 20s? I sat in a room recording and editing for 10 years. And hey, look, I got this big channel, but I didn't really do a lot else. So I think for me, the mindset with YouTube, which is, and once again, I'm very lucky that I have these options and can make these choices, is now, it used to be someone would say, hey, want to come out for drinks? I'm like, nope, don't have time, need to work. Someone would be like, hey, like, do you want to come down to Tassie and visit the grandparents on the weekend? I'm like, nope, sorry, can't do it, don't have time, need to work. Or, do you want to go on a holiday, or do you want to do anything? And I'd be like, look, how many days could we cut this down to so I can get back and get working again?
Yeah.
Whereas these days, because back then I had this mentality of, if I miss an upload, if one video doesn't go live, I'm done. My channel's over. And I think what YouTube has taught me is like just a much healthier mindset over the past 5 years. So I've gone from hater comments really kind of impacting me, someone being like, your commentary sucks. And I'd be like, oh my God, my commentary does suck. And then that would lead you to like question who you are, and you wouldn't enjoy making videos as much. And also, people would be like, want to come out? I'd say no, I didn't really have a social life. And more, I think YouTube's taught me that, if I do miss an upload one day, the sky isn't going to fall down. It's fine, and that I want to more and more jump on as many kind of opportunities as I can. If I get the opportunity to go to LA for E3, I'm like, you know what? Do I have to fly 20 hours to get there? Is it probably going to be a bit of work on the ground? Yes. But also, it's an awesome, unique experience that I know. I basically try and think back to the person I was 3 or 4 years ago when I got my first brand deal and be like, would I have said yes to that? And like the opportunity to travel and do exciting things was just amazing to me. So I think more and more for me with YouTube, it's trying to find ways where, like now I've got editors, who can help take some of the workload off. I've got someone who helps me with my thumbnails now. It's still like a lot of work and a lot of hours, but I've now got that breathing room. So I try and use that to, be like, hey, let's go get drinks, or hey, let's go to Miami Ultra, and then eventually not go because it got canceled because of coronavirus. Like basically just jumping on more opportunities, embracing kind of going out and doing more.
Yeah. And what do you think the future looks like for you? Because I feel like YouTube is an easy place to sort of just get stuck in the day-to-day. But if you actually think about it, like do you want to be doing YouTube videos forever? Do you feel like you've developed skills that have allowed you to think about other things that you might be interested in doing in the future? Do you want to retire at 30? Like, where do you think you'll be?
I definitely don't think I want to retire at 30. I think that if there's one thing, we've chatted about today, it's the fact that I feel like I need constant stimulus. I definitely feel like there could be like a year, right, where I'd like be like, okay, like say I'm like done with YouTube and clicks running itself, and I would just become addicted to like fitness or something. But I feel like there's always going to be something that I'm addicted to. But I also think that I love projects. I love seeing growth. I love seeing things build, and I love having ownership over that thing that's building. So whether that's and the size of it doesn't really matter. It could be anything from growing a YouTube channel to 8 million subscribers, or growing click management to having, more employees and more talent and more revenue and all that kind of stuff. It could be growing my abs to be, bigger than ever. Like I just like, yeah, big or small. I think I just love investing my time into something and seeing results. So I think that I'm always going to have a project like that.
Are you going to be a businessman? Are you going to want to keep making content? Like,
I don't know. If there's one thing YouTube's taught me, it's that if I try and plan any more than 6 months in advance, like those plans are going to get thrown out the window. And every prediction I've tried to make more than 6 months in advance has consistently been wrong. So I don't try anymore. I ride the wave. I go with the flow.
I feel like it's so hard these days, especially for kids, when kids are like, should I go to university? And, you know, I asked people on Instagram, like, what questions would you have for Elliott? And there were so many questions like, does he regret going to university? Like, does he regret studying? That sort of thing, given he doesn't need it anymore. And I think it's so tough as a kid these days because the world literally moves so fast. And there are all these jobs that exist now that literally didn't exist 5 or 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And doing YouTube or doing gaming or being a Fortnite influencer is one of those things. Like literally no one had ever said the word Epic Games Fortnite 5 years ago, probably.
Yeah.
And now people are able to make millions of dollars a year off playing Fortnite.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think it's like, I feel for the kids, I think, but I think there's good advice there where it's just like, you've just got to stick with what you're passionate, find what you like doing, pursue those things and give them a go. And then when you find something you love, like go hard on it and don't be afraid to like keep looking in the peripheral of like other things that can come up.